Hey guys, my name is Chanson Calhoun. Welcome to my channel. I am a singer, I'm an artist, and I just wanted to get on here and tell you all about my moving to Atlanta story. Atlanta has been on my to-do list for a long time. I would write in my journals, I want to move to Atlanta, gotta be in Atlanta by this time, I'm gonna go to an HBCU, I'm gonna be a star in Atlanta. Like, I just had it all planned out, right? Not the case. Here I am at 24 years old at the time, deciding to move to ATL. So May 20th of 2018, I packed up my little car and I drove down to Atlanta. How everything happened, let's talk about a job. So I was working for a bank for a few years, and I thought it was going to be so easy for me to transfer down there. Not the case. I had like 2 to 3 interviews, phone interviews. I even drove down to Atlanta on my own dime, on my own will, and I introduced myself, and I wanted to, meet the manager of the bank and, make a good impression. That didn't work either. So I was pretty discouraged, but I definitely didn't let that particular job keep me from my dreams. So I quit my job. I decided to just go down there. Something came up. I worked for a store, like a pharmacy, so that definitely narrows it down to a few. And I worked in Indiana, which is across the bridge from the city I live in, Louisville, Kentucky. And I worked there for like a few weeks. I told them that I wasn't gonna be working there long. I said I'd probably be working there anywhere from 6 to 10 weeks. And somebody who I confided in decided to, and I know exactly who she is, decided to tell the rest of the staff pretty much what my plans were. So that didn't stop me once again. So I decided to call around to different pharmacies down in Atlanta to see if they were hiring. I found the second pharmacy that was second closest to where I was going to live, and that was a blessing, which goes into where I lived. I lived in Stone Mountain. I don't know if I should say that. Yeah, I can say that. I lived in Stone Mountain. My friend's brother's girlfriend had a friend who was renting out a house. So that was a blessing, and it worked out that I got to live there. So I rented out a room. My car, I knew my car needed a little work, but it was able to make it down to Atlanta. My father got it checked. So that was a blessing. I asked you all to ask me questions on Instagram. I didn't ask on Facebook. I'm terrible with Facebook. I had only a couple questions, but 2 people asked, why did I move to Atlanta? Same reason why I moved to California. Same reason why I do cover songs and sing and dance and want to entertain, because I want to do what I love for a living. I want to sing, I want to dance, I want to perform, I want to entertain, I want to inspire and help people with the gift that God has given me, and that is the gift of the performing arts, hands down. So that is why I moved to Atlanta. It wasn't because of the food, it wasn't because of the people. I hadn't been down there a lot before this year, so that was just what I wanted to do. I heard that it was the holy mecca of black people. It was the Black Hollywood. It is the Black Hollywood. Whatever. I've heard all these things about ATL. So yeah, that's pretty much why I decided to move down there. I'll say in moving down there, the first week I felt on top of the world. I felt like I had made it. I had did it. This big thing that a lot of people talk about doing but don't really do. I did it, and I moved, and I'm a boss, and I'm a bad A, and I did it. That's how I felt. And I was grateful, of course, every step of the way. I'm like, thank you, God. Like, you got me here. Like, this is dope. Oh my goodness, I have a job. I'm about to start on Monday. Everything's perfect. Perfect. Like, I was just like, whoa. So, first day of work. I worked the whole day. Work is not easy. Although working for the pharmacy here is very easy. Very simple. Cool. Working there was like working at a freaking prison. Like, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was like very strict. Very like, you gotta be on it. You can't be playing around. Like, you gotta, you know, like customer service to the T. Like, stocking shelves like you never stocked them before in your life. So, wasn't the most exciting first day, but it was good. I was grateful. I was like, okay, cool. Got a tough manager. Got girls I'm working with giving me the side eye. Cool. Right back at you. I get to the end of the workday and I try to clock out. You know, had the little touch screen, like, okay, 16170, whatever my ID was. And it says, you can't be clocked out because you're not in our system. What? Not in your system? But my manager from back home approved me to be transferred and everything's a go. Like, everything was a go. Like I had a lot going on. I was trying to prepare to move and all this stuff. And I guess because I didn't listen to the right person, I didn't handle it correctly. I was very in my head about moving, so it was hard for me to focus at work and go to work and be at work. And so for the last 2 to 3 days, I was not there. Which sounds crazy, but I thought it was okay because I let a supervisor tell me it was okay and not the manager. Yeah, so I couldn't clock out, and me and the manager in Atlanta called corporate and was like, hey, she can't clock out. What's going on? They were like, oh, she's been terminated. I started crying. I was really upset and very discouraged. Yeah, so the pharmacy here had terminated me. So he could have been like, okay, you already showing me that you not cool, blah, blah, blah. But when I say this manager is like a guardian angel, like from the moment I met him, he's very tough. Kind of like a father figure. Very, very tough. And he has a daughter of his own, so he kind of like fits that mold, I guess. And he could have been like, cool, like I'm gonna fire you too. You ain't working for me. Like, I'm gonna let you go because you clearly didn't have your ducks in a row on your way here. So bye. He could have been that way, but he was like, you know what? We just gonna rehire you. That means you have to wait 2 weeks. So basically, you're not gonna get to work. You're not gonna get any money for 2 whole weeks. And I'll put these hours on your check, and you'll get your check, and this and that, and you'll be fine. And he said, not only am I gonna hire you, rehire you, but he said I'm gonna give you a supervisor position so that you can get paid more. I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Oh, 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 oh. No, really, that was my reaction. I was like, yes, God. Like, I was crying, but I was like super, super grateful. He decided to rehire me as a supervisor, but I would have to wait until it was approved. And I would have to get a drug test and go through everything all over again just to get rehired, which was fine. In my room, in the house that I was renting or whatever, there was a AC unit that was on the ceiling right in front of my bed. I know what you're thinking. Move your bed. Don't sleep on that side. Cover the vent. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't realize what was making me sick or how much it was making me sick. I didn't really think about it. I was so busy that I kept myself so busy, and I'll get to that. I kept myself so busy that I didn't even really care about it. So anyways, I kept getting sick throughout the 2 weeks. So I wasn't even able to sing. Guys, I wasn't even able to sing at places. So I would go to all these events and like, hi, my name is Jansen. Nice to meet you. I can't really speak. I'm like, bruh, you came all the way down here 600 miles away from your family, got sick, you don't have your job for another 2 weeks, and like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, got discouraged real quick. So fast forward, got the drug test, got things approved, kept going to events, meeting people, doing things, and started my job. And the job was still the same once I got back there. Same girls giving me the side eye, manager really tough and strict, just, yeah. So that was one thing. Or let's change direction in talking about the apartment or the house. Cute townhouse, very high ceilings, like just pretty. It was nice. I liked it. I really want to discuss roommate stuff, but let's just say me and one of the roommates did not get along. I really did enjoy the apartment though, the house though. It was nice. The struggles that I had with moving to Atlanta, being sick, using my GPS and missing turns. Like when you're on the highway, if you miss your exit, it takes you a whole nother 10 to 20 minutes just to get back in the direction that you were supposed to go. They're like 5 to 6 lane highways. It gets really overwhelming when you drive in Atlanta, versus coming from Kentucky where the highways are 3 lanes, 4 max. Yeah, so, and I'm already an old lady driver, or seasoned, I don't want to offend anybody, seasoned lady driver, where I'm like driving like this, all up on the wheel, like, bruh, that's how I drive. So driving, not knowing where to go. As an artist, another struggle I had was getting attention. I felt like everybody there was there for the same thing. And yes, my talent definitely stuck out. However, there's like a strategy to really doing it. Being yourself is number one. Okay, getting attention. I feel like everybody there, which is also a pro, is the fact that everybody there has this like hustler mentality. Like, I got 2 jobs, I got 3 jobs, plus my hustle on the side, and I'm an artist, and I'm a contractor, and I'm a construction worker. I don't know, like everybody there hustles hard. Like, so if you don't have a hustle, you kind of just like you not ambitious, why are you here type of thing. But when I said, like, when a lot of people was like, oh, why'd you choose to move here, like people were kind of like discouraging me a little bit because I moved there, which felt kind of weird. But it's like I always had to remind myself of why I came there, which blew my mind. I'm like, oh my goodness, people are so like, well, good luck, you know, this godforsaken city, you're not really gonna get too far here. Like, it was like that vibe that was just like so discouraging. That was some of the struggles I had. Well, roommate struggles, job struggles, environment struggles, driving struggles. It was like, and I'm not complaining, because like through all these struggles, I got this like weird looking little smile on my face, like, all right, everybody hates me and everything is so negative here, but I'm gonna keep a smile on my face every day. I got discouraged, but I wouldn't cry, I wouldn't complain. I would just talk to my mom about how I felt, but it was like, I was like, I'm here, I'm handling business. Like, God is so good, like, it's gonna happen. I was just like, this is my struggle, and I'm gonna go with it, and we gonna do this. We gonna make it.